What up, chat? How we doing? How's it going? I watched the Super Bowl halftime show last night because I didn't watch the Super Bowl. It was pretty good. Hot take. Hot take. It was pretty good. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it for sure. My first VOD on the VOD channel did really good. Because Mr. Beast is doing Squid Game right now, the title Revels reacts to Mr. Beast's Squid Game is doing really well. Problem is, it's not Mr. Beast's Squid Game. And it definitely is when he did Squid Game back in 2022. So I think that's funny, to be honest with you. All right, chat. Let's get into the dailies. Soak. I didn't realize that was a word. S-E-blank-O, it would be my guess. Sexes. Okay. So E is either here or here. Probably ends in E. Slope. Okay. Store. Okay, score. Got it. Strands. Waffle has not reset yet. Attention all shoppers. I'm thinking sale. I'm thinking closing. I'm thinking announcement. I'm thinking groceries. Bed. Kite. Bolt. Fight. Bath. What? Yoshi's here. What up? Garden. Okay. So I don't know what the link is here, to be honest. I'm just finding words still. Is it types of stores? You have a beauty store, bath store, garden store, kitchen. Okay. Bits. Tron. I don't know. Alex. Hole. Home. I think it's like types of stores, but kitchen doesn't make sense for that. Koi. Coit. Toy. Toys. Electronics. Big box. I got there. I don't know what big box means, but types of items. That's what it seems like. Is it just things that come in big boxes? Blank run, testing out stage, beta run. Blank run, jog in the woods, quick run. Deflect and attack and fencing, you parry. Woohoo, yeah. Internet address starter. Oh, HTTP. So this is not quick. Matrix light grid, no clue. Headwear for princesses is the tiara. Maybe this is yay. Not that yay though. Not the problematic one. Like Chewbacca and Mr. Snuffleupagus. Furry. Ally. Trial. Trail. Fairy. Harry. Array. All right, connections. Jack, Bud, Bub, Man, Buster. People that are on thin ice. That's what the connection is. Hubcap, kneecap, jerk cap. Is it block? Bolster? I used like all of my lives on that, man. Hubcap, kneecap. Mad. Jerk. Wrench and block. No. Madcap and nightcap. Okay. Yeah, I mean, like, whatever you say, I guess. Oh, Pokédoll didn't reset either? That sucks. Dragon from Paldea, Cyclizar. Fighting a dragon type. I'll come back. Johto Dragon. Fire type from Paldea and Ogre Pond, Hearthflame Max, Pheasantipity, Poison. Poison type in Johto. Fire in Johto. Koala. I can't think of a dragon head from Johto. I thought of one. Oh. Firefighting. Fighting poison. Isn't Okie Dogie? Johto poison. I can't think of any. I'm like going through the Johto decks in my head. I actually can't think of anything. Oh, firefighting! Oh my god, I'm stupid. Johto poison, I have no clue. Oh, Crobat, duh. Ugh. Okay. Go. Cuba. The Bahamas. Is it Bermuda? Bermuda. Come on. Dominican Republic? Adjacent to the Dominican Republic. Only other thing would be the British Virgin Islands. Oh! Can't do it today, man. 3 pounds of cream cheese, $9.99. You know what? You know what, Big Costco? You're right. You seem more like a $5.99 guy. Okay, $7.99 guy. Nice. Easy. All right, chat. I gotta go pee again. But I'll be right back. Do not adjust your television sets. When I get back, we're reading Reddit. Okay, I am back and ready to look at some reddit.com/r/am-I-the-asshole. Now here's the thing. About am I the asshole? Is it's like 90% AI at this point. So that is why we're going to be looking at Am I the Asshole filter. Because as far as I'm aware, Am I the Asshole filtered is literally that. Is it filters all of the bad ones. Like, it filters all of the AI ones, as far as I'm aware. So, let's take a look. We're going to look at some of the top posts of this month. And then we'll go from there, man. I think there's another Reddit that's like like hot takes or something like that. 2 hot takes, yeah. Or hot takes, I think is what it is. Anyways, we'll look at Am I the Asshole first. Am I the asshole for poking someone's screen at the movie theater? Okay. Was that a Kimbo Needs to Go Out bark, or was that a Lily Got Home bark? I hope it was a Lily Got Home bark because I just heard somebody come through my front door. It was a Lily Got Home bark. Okay, we're good. We're good. We're good. I guess, yeah, the secret third option would have been the intruder bark, but in which case I probably reacted way too calmly. I think a little bit more urgency probably would have been best, but you know what? That's okay. Okay. Am I the asshole for poking at someone's screen at the movie theater? I've seen posts about this kind of stuff on this sub, like throwing popcorn at phone users, being thrown an empty cup of coffee, for using their phone in a private movie theater. But this is different, so I want y'all's thoughts on this. A woman in front of me started to use her phone excessively. I wouldn't mind if she used it to check the time or anything for a bit, not just the time, but it looked like she was texting. After what felt like 5 minutes, probably was only a minute, I bent down and whispered to her it's distracting. She put it away, then pulled it out again after a bit to use it for a while. I bent down and started poking around her phone, not knowing what I was poking at because it's none of my business. I was just poking at it. I didn't do it for a full second because she immediately put it down and said, "What the fuck?" I heard a person say, "Shh." Second time she pulled out her phone, I did it again. She never pulled out her phone again. I didn't give a shit because if she would report this, either we'd both be out or she would, because she would be outing herself. The only way a stranger can poke at your phone is if you have your phone out. I thought the way I handled it was quiet. I told her once that it was distracting. She was the one who pulled out her phone, but at the same time, I did put my finger on her belonging, which is why I'm here. I don't want to go out of the movie theater to report. Does it how that? Have y'all ever done that? Does it often work? If so, then the movie theaters I go to suck here. I don't want to miss out on a scene because some person who felt at home in public. Are you the asshole? I think here's the thing. I don't think it's that hard to not look at somebody's phone. I could understand bright light, dark room, but like bright light, dark room, I guess I kind of get it, but also like fully like poking around someone's phone. To me, the phone is the privacy box. Like when somebody, if I'm on my phone at work and somebody comes by and is like, and I'm on my phone doing something, like I'll put the phone screen, like I'll turn my phone screen off and put screen down. Not because I'm selling drugs at work, but because to me it's the privacy box and you don't go into somebody's privacy box. I would say, yeah, the asshole. For sure. Like almost assuredly. Almost assuredly. Yeah, you're the asshole. The final verdict is everyone sucks? I don't think everyone sucks. I guess I didn't even touch on her being on her phone at the movie theater. We're going to read some comments. We're going to dive in today. But I don't even think this is an everyone sucks situation because, like, if she, let's say, okay, if you go before, like, 6 p.m., it's $5. If you go, like, after 6 p.m. or 5 p.m. or whenever matinee ends, it's like $15-20. Something like that. So I guess my logic is, like, lady on her phone, like, if she, in my head, if you're gonna go to the movies and just sit on and be on your phone at all, it's a waste of money. But it's also her choice to waste the money. I don't think that lady's the asshole. Is it inconsiderate? Probably. I mean, like, yeah, probably. But also, I guess in my head, it's way easier to just not look at her phone. And it's even easier to not poke it. But let's go battle it out. Everyone sucks, but I really want justified asshole. That's definitely an asshole thing to do, but I applaud you for doing it. Okay. Curb your enthusiasm, energy, unhinged, yes. Effective, also yes. Just pray the next time you try this, you don't meet someone equally as unhinged. I wouldn't touch a person or their property because you don't know how they will escalate the situation if you do. In the future, you have to get the staff because they are equipped to handle her and they have the authority to have the police movie theater. Yeah, this seems excessive though. This is one of those situations where it's like, you know, walking out of the movie theater and getting a high school student getting paid minimum wage to deal with it doesn't feel like the answer either. Case in point, the old guy who shot a young father in the movie theater in Florida. What are we doing down in Florida, man? I give you a point on the theoretical authority part. But because they're equipped to handle her, I'm sure a 16-year-old or even someone in the early 20s working minimum wage in cinema is equipped to handle entitlement and garnet. Yeah, like, that's the weird thing is in America doing something like this, there is a chance of a shot. Do I think it's super likely? Not always. But regardless, yeah, I think the poster is just the asshole here. Realistically. But it depends on the movie. If it was like Dune 2, then like why are you on your phone anyways? I think is what I should say. I've never seen Dune though. Am I the asshole for telling my sister that the world doesn't revolve around her miscarriage? Ooh. Oh. That doesn't feel like one I should maybe read. Am I the asshole? Boyfriend's mother will not stop doing our laundry. I have asked her to stop. Okay. 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 I've been with my boyfriend for almost 6 years now, and I have kids from a previous relationship. We all live together. His mother does not live with us, but is here almost every day. Our work schedule is such that his mom helps out by coming over very early to wake the kids up and get them ready for school. I really love his mom. She is great. She also picks them up from school, brings them home, and stays with them until we get home. She usually eats dinner with us too. She has a habit of helping out around the house when I don't want her to. Dishes is fine, picking up stuff also fine, but she also does our laundry, which is the problem. I bought a laundry separator and have baskets. Everything is labeled by whose clothes / what goes in which basket. I do not like washing the kids' things together because they are different sizes, but close enough. I have to check every tag when I'm putting them away to make sure that they don't get mixed up. I do not like mixing the loads together because it honestly makes it a nightmare for me to put away so many different categories at the same time. I don't go crazy. I don't separate colors or anything, just per person loads. Towels, sheets, and blankets. You gotta keep in mind the stories about kids. I have a system of folding things so that everything fits where it's supposed to go. When she does the laundry, she'll just dump whatever in the washer while we are still at work. She will fold everything wrong. Boyfriend's clothes are on the top shelf of the closet, and if the pants or shorts are folded wrong, the whole pile falls down and I have to refold everything. This is just the most annoying part of having pants. Same for the towels. She doesn't check everything with the kids' clothes, and when they get mixed up, the kids fight about it. When she hangs their stuff up, I have to check everything, put it where. Okay. Before I keep reading, I'm covering the rest of this for myself. Here's what it comes down to. Whether or not these things have been communicated or if it's just a hard stop. That's I'm going to say right now. It comes down to whether or not these, because clearly, like, even though you don't want her to help, you're not against it, which is fair. I could only imagine what having multiple kids is like. I wouldn't know. But the conclusion comes down to whether or not these gripes are communicated. I've asked her to stop doing the laundry many times. I've also asked her to not mix the baskets together. I've shown her how to fold the clothes so they fit and stay without falling. She also has a habit of starting a load of laundry and leaving it in the wash and telling me about as she's leaving in a hectic moment, and I usually forget about it and have to rewash it. I don't think this is on her, personally. I come home, washer is going. She's in the laundry room folding clothes. In the moment, I feel like I'd be an asshole if I said something, but I just want to be like, please put the clothes down and get out of this room. I have to fix it every time she touches it. My boyfriend thinks I'm being an a-hole about it because she's helping. He does not do laundry. He does not understand why it's making me so ungodly angry because he does not have to fix it later after it has been quote-unquote done. Is he right? Am I the a-hole? I feel like I'm going crazy about laundry. And that's a hard call because, like, the intention from the mom is there, I feel like. Like, I feel like that, like, she has good intentions. And I feel like most of these problems, can I just say, from the times I've been on this subreddit, I feel like most of these problems are things that get blown supremely out of proportion. Like, it's not an uncommon, like, thing on this subreddit if, like, this ends with her saying, and then I told my boyfriend's mom that he doesn't love her and that she doesn't deserve life anymore and that she's the worst human being that's ever existed. And it's like, it didn't have to go there, man. I just feel like a lot of times they get to that situation over, like, a miscommunication. Now this, it's hard to tell. Yes, I've directly asked her recently not to do the laundry. Over Christmas break, I said exactly, hey, I spent all week getting the house back up to par and I organized all the laundry the way it has to be correct. Please don't do the laundry anymore. I felt awful for telling her not to do it, but I did in fact say exactly not to do it. I've asked many times before that as well. I'm gentle with my approach every time, but I do directly say, don't do the laundry, I will do it. Edit. I know she does watch the kids for free, and it's wonderful, but we never asked her to. We both work for their school. They can come in with us early, so it's not super difficult. They would just have to get up earlier. They can come home with us after work, just later. She wants them to get more sleep in the morning. She took the task on herself, and I love and appreciate her. They call her grandma. Okay, that doesn't feel relevant. The house is not dirty. I grew up in a hoarding house, so my house is clean. I try to avoid clutter and mess at all costs. The mess in my house is normal and lived in. I will not lock my laundry room door either. I'm not angry. I'm angry, not petty. The room is used for more than just laundry. Boyfriend's uncle is coming over sometimes to do his own laundry since their washer broke and they cannot afford a new one. They will not accept a new one from us. We have tried. It is also the room that the kids' wardrobe is in. They cannot have their clothes in their room without digging through them in the mornings when I am at work and putting them all over the floor. I could have them choose outfits the night before and leave them out, but uncle would not be able to do laundry. Okay. I don't even think this is like a asshole or not the asshole thing. I think this is just like a, in my head I thought this is just like a get over it thing, man. Is that bad that I thought, like, more than anything, just like get over it? I just feel like in the realm of life, there are like, there's more, right? Like, am I crazy here? I just feel like there's more to be worried about. Or maybe you just hard foot down and tell her, if you can't fold it the way that I want it folded, then don't fold it. I'll do it. Hide solution. Hide the laundry from her. Take the laundry to work with you. And every time she asks about it, just say, yeah, they patched it. Dirty laundry, dirty clothes aren't a thing anymore. Grandma, they patched it. Problem solved, man. Am I the asshole for telling my neighbor her baby looks like Jeff Bezos? Not the asshole. We need to be more open about how ugly babies are. My neighbor had a baby and everyone was saying how cute he is. I jokingly said he kind of looks like a tiny Jeff Bezos. She got mad and said I was being rude. But like, he's bald, he's serious, and I swear he's plotting world domination. She told me never compare her baby to a billionaire again. I agreed. But Elon Musk would have been worse, right? Other lady is also based. I don't think anybody's the asshole here. Real shit. Babies are fucking ugly. Dude, what are the comments saying about this one? Yes, the asshole, you couldn't find anything else to say but the first rude, immature thing that popped into your head. You couldn't have said, what chubby cheeks, or I wonder if he'll be tall, or what big eyes. Couldn't think of anything innocuous except comparing someone newborn to a bald, way below average looking middle-aged megalomaniac. We had a friend who had a baby who looked like a monkey, but we just said it was a cute baby. Timing is everything, and yes, the asshole. Look, man! The fucking baby! Chill out. I don't want to be like... Yes, the asshole, being an adult means knowing to keep your mouth shut. This was one of those times. I think this is just an indictment of like what you think of Jeff Bezos as. Most babies are ugly as sin when they're first born, weird potato-shaped creatures. Being an adult is taking one look at that potato and swearing up and down that she has her daddy's eyes and her mommy's nose, while declaring her to be the cutest thing you've ever seen. Because every baby is the most beautiful creature in the world to the parents, and who wants to spoil that? Look, man. I don't think it's that serious. I don't think it's that serious. Like he's not that. Ooh, actually. Ooh. Yeah, you're probably the asshole for that one. Sorry. I flipped my vote. After reminding myself what Jeff Bezos looks like, I have flipped my vote. Am I the asshole for grounding my 14-year-old son for going skinny dipping? Oh boy. I'm going to do a skim read. Yeah, that one's probably not worth reading. Am I the asshole for lying to my girlfriend about movies I've seen? Me, 24 male, and girlfriend, 25 female, love watching movies together. The issue is that I'm kind of a cinephile and have watched tons of movies, especially ones considered classics. We've been together for almost 3 years now, and even before we were together, I was an avid movie watcher. This is probably the worst type of person. This is the type of person that puts Dark Knight in the top 5 movies of all time. I'm just saying. The problem is that she will straight up refuse to watch a movie with me that I've already seen, which is kind of annoying because she's missing out on so many good movies simply because she wants to experience a movie with me and have us both oblivious to the events of said movie, which I mean, I can understand, but she's refusing to watch really great movies because I've already seen them. Why are we so focused on the movies? I personally have no problem watching movies I've already seen. I mean, I do it all the time anyways. So recently I've started to say, hey, I have a movie we can watch. And when she asks if I've seen it, I lie and say something along the lines of, no, but I've heard good things. Or no, but my friend told me it's really good. Which is, I kind of feel shitty for, but then she ends up watching the movie and really enjoying it. Am I the asshole? Three years together. I want to say no. Raw reaction. What is elder? Raw reaction is, I don't know if this is an everyone sucks. To me, everyone sucks is like you guys are both doing something wrong. But this to me is like the like archetypical am I the asshole post. Which is like, I did this small, innocuous thing. Like, am I an asshole for it? And it's like, well, I don't know if this, like, needed to be posted on Reddit. I'm just like, I'm trying to picture myself in both positions. Here's the thing. Part of me thinks as this, hey, look, sue me for reinforcing societal norms. This feels like a boy job. This feels like a boy job. Now, see, me, I, admittedly, and and I'll admit this out loud. I pre-watch things sometimes. Now that's for different reasons. In terms of, you know, like the way that me and Lily consume media is different. But it feels like the boy job thing to be able to watch something like alone. But that being said, I don't know. I don't think anyone's the asshole. If I was an am I the asshole power user, I would put not enough information. But I'm not gonna fucking fence sit this one and say, hey, I need more information to figure it out. Thanks, I guess, for exposing me, Windows. To those asking if I'm one of those annoying people that talk through movies they've already seen, like trying to explain something or saying things like, oh, this part is crazy, I don't. I've always simply stayed quiet while watching a movie I've already seen, or if she brings up her opinions, I simply say, I guess we'll see, or something along those lines. I have never been one of those people that are irritating while watching a movie I've seen or on my phone. I just watch the movie with her as if I've never seen it as well. I think there's a value in rewatching a good movie. As somebody that is not a big re-consumer of media, I would be willing, like if I had watched a movie and liked it and wanted to watch it with Lily, I would be willing to rewatch it as a way of like sharing that. And yeah, man, I just think nobody's the asshole here. I think this is like low-key a nothing burger. You need to sit down with her and come up with a solution. Movie night needs to be split up in 2 categories which you rotate between. New movies, ones neither of you have seen before. This is currently the only category you guys have. Revisiting a classic. This can be a movie you've seen before or she's seen before. One of you recommends a past favorite for the other to enjoy. You're going to need to explain to her that you've seen so many movies that this is becoming problematic. Especially explain if you like rewatching movies. You shouldn't need to lie to her about whether you've seen a movie or not. Does she just never rewatch movies? That's the thing, is like, depending on how long this has gone on for, this is either really funny or like straining on the relationship. Because to put love in all caps to me implies it's foundational to your relationship. Also, No, I'm going to try the solution with her, alternating between completely new movies and revisiting ones. I've explained to her that I've watched a lot of movies, and she's mostly annoyed by this, like it's my fault that I'm a cinephile. Motherfucker, it's your hobby. It's your hobby. Whose fault is it? You chose that hobby. That's you. That's on you. God himself did not jump into your prefrontal cortex and decide that you're a cinephile for you. Don't do that shit, man. Don't twist it and be like, oh, it's my fault I'm a cinephile? God made me this way. No, man. No. If anything, just fucking... You've been with her for 3 years. Just do what I do when I watch YouTube, damn it. I'd be willing to say... You know what? I'd be willing to say toe-to-toe, bar for bar, I watch more YouTube than that guy does movies. And I figured it out, man. I cracked the code. You know what I do? When I fucking... Look, when I'm scrolling YouTube looking for something to watch, if I say, oh, Lily might like this one, put it in the watch later, man. If you know that she values the time you guys spend together watching something you guys like together, put that shit in the watch later folder. Or if you want to rewatch a movie with her that you saw like before you guys were together, just say, I've already seen this one, but it's a banger. Trust me. I promise. That's what I do with YouTube videos. It seems to work out. I watched the entire 2024 Yard Best Of compilation and said, Lily, you have to watch this too because I think it's worth your time. Done. Fucking put it in a box, wrap it up in a little bow. Am I the asshole for asking a date where he is from? Okay. I mean, I'm intrigued. You could consider me hooked. Am I the asshole? Repost because it got deleted. Throwaway because I didn't use Reddit. Just lurking. I want to preface this by saying two things. I am not native English speaker, so I apologize for any weird phrases or wrong words. Second, and important to my story, I am legally blind. Okay? That feels like we buried the lead. I have retinitis pigmentosa in addition, -4 on both eyes. I'm able to type this with the speech-to-text function and other various helping functions. In real life, I wear a cane, but otherwise I am independent. Now, I say this not as an excuse, but to justify and underline my side of this story. I, 24 female, recently started dating for the first time. I didn't know how to get into it, so my friend suggested her putting me up on a blind date, and I agreed. She gave me his male 26 name, and we agreed when and where to meet. It was a nice and warm day, although a little snowy, so I decided to get there a little early in case it would be hard to navigate myself. I found the restaurant and sat down at the booked table. The guy shows up and we start chatting. I pick up a slight accent and ask where he's from. Now here is where I might be the a-hole due to my phrasing. He laughs and tells me he's local, and I giggle and push a little more, saying, haha, no, I can tell you're not from here. The guy stops laughing, silently gets up and leaves. I'm confused and sit there for a few minutes waiting, in case I misunderstood the situation and he went to the water closet or something, but he doesn't come back. So I pay for the drinks, cancel the food before getting up and walking out. I call the friend who set us up once I'm home, and she tells me he thought you acted like such an asshole. I was apparently rude as fuck, racist, and was looking at anything but him during the conversation. I am so confused. Last part I can understand is me being blind makes it hard to understand what I'm looking at, but the rest leaves me confused. Here's where I could be the a-hole. My friend also explained to me in our call that he is from the same country as me, although from the part where they also speak another language, but he is dark-skinned and adopted from birth. Have I accidentally said something racist? I mean, no, right? Like, you just asked. Just asked. I don't think you can really... Yeah, his accent was different. I think it's fair to ask where he's from. This is not an everyone sucks here situation. It is not an everyone sucks here situation. You could have done better with your phrasing. Where is your accent from? Instead of I can tell you're not from here. Whether you meant it or not, that phrasing is a classic racist microaggression. So it's not surprising he took it that way. However, you literally could not see his skin tone, and since you are blind, your eyes will not move or track the person you're conversing with the same way a sighted person's eyes do. I mean, no. Right? A very gentle yes, the asshole. It's not about skin color. You pointed out his accent, which was fine, but doubled down when he said he was local. It's not about race. but it was an indication, some would call it a microaggression, that you considered him to be an outsider. This happens to Asian folks all the time. Where are you from? Boise, but where are you really from? Maybe racism isn't the right word for it, but it is an act of exclusion that can be quite hurtful. Although you had no bad intent, I'm sure he gets that often. You probably can phrase it a little more gently, but like, I don't think it makes you an asshole. You know what I mean? Also, like, if they're in Europe, it's so much different than America. That's the other part. Am I an asshole for yelling at my boyfriend because he can't do adult tasks? Probably. This feels like the Reddit post I was talking about, where it's like, yeah, I probably could have just like taken a deep breath and like expressed my concern, like in a calm manner, but instead I like erupted and blew up. Am I the asshole for yelling at my boyfriend because he can't do adult tasks? My boyfriend can't do the following without my help: get a passport, do his taxes, decide who to vote for, down ballot, invest in the stock market, look for jobs, etc. Those things are confusing, man. Those are confusing things. That you get a passport? When Lily had to get her passport, that was the most fucking confusing thing she's ever had to do. I remember being a bystander in that, and I was confused because like she had to like set an appointment to get a picture taken, but then they wanted her to like, you have to like pay for the passport when you get the picture taken, and you can't pay fucking, you can't pay with a debit card when you get a passport. Oh no, God forbid you try and, God forbid you try to fucking use the legal tender that's in your bank account to pay for your American passport. They're almost ready to take you on a road trip that you don't come back from for that one. So you have to get a money order for the exact amount that the passport is going to be, because that's how money orders work. But then they don't tell you how much the passport's going to be. So then you have to call some random number, who knows if it's even the right number, just to figure out how much the passport's going to be down to the exact cent, because that's how money orders work. And then you have to get the money order. Then you have to reschedule the account to take the picture so you can pay for the passport. And then you can get the passport 6 weeks later, or it's like 4 weeks if you pay for the express shipping. And then at that point, you have to pay for the express shipping because fucking your trip's coming up because you spent 3 months trying to track down how much it costs to get a money order. So don't get mad at him for not knowing how to do that. My 21-year-old non-binary partner... my 21 non-binary boyfriend, 25 male, had a passport appointment today. For context, I went through this process myself when I was 18 with no help. Good for you, man. I had to fix his form because he filled it out wrong, and I printed it out at the library for him. All he had to do was bring his documents, get the money order, and get cash. He actually thought he didn't need cash at first, so I had to remind him about that. That's what I'm saying, man. When we met him at the library, let me back up. This first paragraph is like quintessentially, I always read "Am I the asshole?" as "Am I the antagonist?" until I saw this. Quintessentially, this paragraph is, what's the one thing where it's like, it's like the like student loan argument, right? Like, I had to pay off my student loans, so everybody should have to do that. That's how this reads to me. Like they had to struggle to get their passport, so now like it should be a complicated process for everybody. And if you don't understand it, like, that's on you as a person. And not like, oh, I know how to do this, let me make it easier for you. It's like, no, you have to do it from the ground up just like I did. Because that's fair. Like that's the only way it would be fair. When we met at the library, he showed me that his dad's name was spelled differently on his birth certificate than he had told me, so I had to refill out the form for him with his dad's name spelled correctly. I have told him multiple times to text his dad and ask for the correct spelling, and he just doesn't. Then we realized he made his money order payable to the library instead of the government, so we ended up having to reschedule the appointment after all that effort. I was annoyed because I could have predicted that something would go wrong. I had already tried to prevent him from messing it up by fixing his form twice and reminding him to bring cash, and still something went wrong. Shit goes wrong, man! I was very annoyed and raised my voice at him in the parking lot after he raised his voice at me and said, I have never done this before. I was annoyed because I'd also never done it before when I did it, and I did it at 18. He is 25. Isn't that ridiculous? I basically said, why can you never do any adult tasks on your own? I always have to help you. He got really upset and later called me and said that I should have been more empathetic and not raised my voice, or got mad at him. I think the boyfriend isn't the brightest. Probably not. But I think that's also like Maslow's hierarchy of needs. How high up is texting your dad for the correct spelling of his name for your passport compared to, like, I don't know, wiping your ass when you shit? You know? Like, I get it. Like, it's a tense situation, but I think I'm right here. I think this is a situation where, like, you could have maybe just, like, stepped away for a second, like, collected yourself and been like, okay, shit hit the fan. Like, now what? We just rescheduled the appointment. It's not that serious. I don't think this is an everyone sucks. I think this is a yes the asshole. Firmly. I think this is yes the asshole. Because for the boyfriend to be the a-hole, you have to think, like, what did he do wrong that's considered, like, asshole-ish? And, like, what's the answer to that? Like, he messed up? He didn't know how to get a passport, so he went to, presumably, in the best faith interpretation of this argument, the boyfriend didn't know how to get a passport. And he said, oh, my partner has already done this 3 years ago. They can just help me. Goes to you for help doing something you've already done. And then he has continued to be confused about the process that he's never done before. And then you, like, erupt on each other. You take viewer requests for YouTube videos? I mean, if you have an idea and it's good. But, like, that's how this situation feels to me. Which is like how can you, because the passport process is stressful, right? But you've done it before, man. I say this is yes the asshole. Everyone sucks. Boyfriend for obvious reasons. Incompetence is never. I don't think incompetence makes you a bad person. I don't think incompetence makes you a bad person. You should reread your post and look at the wording you use. You repeatedly say you had to do the tasks he should have done. No, you did not have to. You chose to. If you're going to resent the help you gave, you should not have done it. You are not his parent. You figured it out because no one told you how to do it. Why do you think your boyfriend is incapable of learning how to do these things? Based take. Either he is actually incompetent and you should probably figure out if you want to raise him as your child, or he's not incompetent and is just pretending to be so you will do things for him. There is a mysterious third option here where original poster just steps in and does it. I'll come to the boyfriend's side. That not like ignorance is bliss, but like I don't want to say like ignorance is bliss, but it's like you have to give someone some leniency when they're learning how to do something. There's a reason you go through driver's training before you get your license. That's all I'm saying. Why are you doing all this for him? He's a grown man. If he does it wrong, the authorities will kick it back to him and he'll have to correct his own mistakes. He'll eventually learn. Or more realistically, he won't ever correct his mistakes and he'll either never get a passport or wait until they jump in to fix it for him. And if they're trying to get a passport for a trip, somehow it will be their fault if he doesn't get this. Why is there such a bad faith interpretation of the boyfriend here? I don't think we have enough information about the boyfriend to be making this to be making this interpretation of what's going on. Oh, as you said, Combat Gods 1 and 2? I'm Googling it and literally can't find anything. Combat Gods 2. Game. Play. Game. Where to play Combat Gods. Went through 3 ads just now, but it doesn't seem as bad because you get to watch a good streamer. Thank you. What is Combat Gods 1 and 2 though? What are we talking about? I just keep finding a YouTube animation. Yes, on YouTube. They're surprising. Oh, to watch. I thought we were talking about a game. I thought you were talking about a game. Well, it's in my YouTube history, so we'll see. But I think this is sympathetic. Everyone sucks here because yelling doesn't make people smarter or more mature or more capable. You're someone who wasn't expected to take care of himself. And now, am I missing context? It's just like... I don't know, man. I'm just saying. They're all generating these straw man fallacies where like they're like, oh, your boyfriend can't get a passport? Well, I guess that means you have to fucking change his diaper and wipe his poopy butt too. I guess that means you have to bottle feed him and pre-chew his food and spit in his mouth like a little mommy bird. And when he can't when he can't burp on his own, you have to hold him over your shoulder and pat his back slightly in the right spot so he burps. No, man. He just couldn't get a passport. In my opinion, the boyfriend's lazy or dumb, but kind. I think look, from what I've learned from this post, the boyfriend is a normal fucking person. I'm not getting mad at you. I'm not getting mad at you. I'm getting heated at the Reddit post. Think about the most normal person you know. And the list of things that OP puts here would stress out a normal person. The process of getting a passport, the process of doing your taxes, the process of figuring out who to vote for. Like, if you're not, like, brain broken and constantly looking at the news. Like, once every 2 years, if boyfriend votes in the midterms, once every 2 years, you have to catch up on 2 years of politics. God forbid he only votes in primaries. Now you got to do it once every 4. How confusing the stock market is. How stressful it is to look for a job. You're just dating a normal person. You're just in a relationship with a normal person and mad that, like, they are normal. Like, that's what this is to me. This is how this reads. It's like, oh, my boyfriend's a normal guy that gets stressed out by normal people things. So I yelled at him for it. What? I think this is yes, the asshole. If I was the judge, I would acquit boyfriend of all charges. Honestly, I would. Boyfriend is acquitted of all charges. Fucking hit the gavel down, man. Have to agree. Thank you. I'm not reading would I be the asshole if I pay the mortgage off without telling my wife, because you're just like farming sympathy. You just want to be told you're a good person. I'm not reading that. I'm not giving it to you. I'm actually going to say yes, you would be the asshole, because financial decisions need to be made together as a couple. Would I be the asshole if I started making my roommate pay half the bills even though it wasn't what we initially agreed upon? My raw reaction says if you sneak it on him, yes. If you guys talk about it and it's a better agreement overall, no. Am I the asshole for being strict about managing our money and not? Yeah, it's like saying, am I the asshole for surprising my wife with a nice gift? It's like, you know what I want to do? Let's go in here. I want to see if there's a yes, the asshole. Oh, it's about taking money from someone. That's like even less interesting to me. Real shit, that's less interesting to me. Because I thought it was like, oh, I've been like secretly saving the money to pay off the mortgage. Should I do it, or should we like discuss what to do with this money? Am I the asshole for dipping lasagna into hot sauce? This is the fucking heat I was looking for, man. This is the heat I was looking for on this subreddit. Am I the asshole? Dude, fucking cinema. Hang on. No spoilers. I have to fill my water. I've been yapping. I need water. This is where the educational stuff is at. Dude, we're going to learn about the human psyche right now. Get ready. Buckle in. Am I the asshole for dipping lasagna into hot sauce? I, 20 female, love hot sauce and put it on most things. I can imagine schools in like 20 years study. Dude, it's going to be crazy. I live with my husband, 22 male. For the last couple of days, his mother has been in the area. Water. For the last couple of days, his mother has been in the area. And yesterday, she asked if she could come around and cook for us before heading home. Since neither of us were working, we agreed and offered to help her so we can all cook and eat together and it's less work for her. She refused and said she wanted to do something nice for us and also refused us helping with the cost. She went grocery shopping specifically for this. Anyways, she arrives early in the day and spends 8 hours making a lasagna. Not all of this was active cooking time. Most was just the meat sauce simmering. How long do you have to simmer meat sauce for? I simmer it for like 5 minutes. What are we talking about? But even then, she was saying how she wished she had overnight. We have an apartment and there wouldn't be room for her to stay the night. I'm grateful for the time she spent and thank her multiple times. Although her coming around for such a long period was more than we had discussed and did mean we had to reschedule some plans we had made for earlier that day. Comes time to eat and we have the lasagna and roast potatoes. This is when the problem started. We keep condiments in the middle of the dinner table. And I put some hot sauce on my plate, dip a potato in, dip the lasagna in. Make eye contact with my mother-in-law and she looks at me like I'm eating a human baby. Puts down her plate, pushed it away, and begins getting ready to leave. I ask her what's wrong, and she tells me she has, quote, never been so disrespected before by any of my son's women, and that she spent, quote, 8 hours slaving away just for you to ruin it with that crap. My husband did defend me, but my mother-in-law has now begun a narrative in his family that I am ungrateful. I'm not sure if what I did was wrong or not. Am I the asshole? I want to read the comments. You could have asked her to add a separate portion where there's some hot sauce added inside. No, here's the thing, though. If you do that, then it turns into what? My lasagna recipe isn't good enough for you? I think this is the least confrontational way to do it. Because you're not asking her to fundamentally change the recipe. You're just adding hot sauce to it. Realistically, you're just adding hot sauce to it. Hot sauce? Fucking call me crazy, not that flavorful. Hot sauce, not that flavorful. I'll say it, man. I'm not afraid. Because I feel like if you put it directly in the lasagna, that's like now you're changing the recipe versus just like adding a little bit to it. Not sure why you would add hot sauce to lasagna out of all things. That's what I'm saying. Like, to each their own, but hey, man. I get it. I'm married to a hot saucer. That feels like something I shouldn't say. But it sucks when you work hard on a dish and they immediately dump a bunch of hot sauce on it. And it's like they're saying, here, fixed it. And I love hot sauce, but when you use a lot of it, that's all you taste. Everyone sucks here. Sounds like you didn't want her cooking for you anyways. So job well done, I guess. Also, eating that much for sauce means you are ingesting a ton of sodium. Okay, don't turn this into a health thing. Don't turn this into a health thing. Dude, I'm learning about this subreddit today. Everyone just like builds a straw man and then like votes based on the straw man. You're saying like, oh, dumped a bunch of hot sauce on it. They put a little, in my head, is this my interpretation that helps my argument? Yeah, definitely. But like, they put a little like dabble of hot sauce on the plate. And then dipped the hot sauce, dipped the lasagna in the hot. You're not getting that much hot sauce, man. Also, this is just a personal thing and a side note, but I genuinely don't understand why people would just want every single meal they eat forever to taste like the exact same sauce. Verdict concluded, executor. Oh, I don't think anyone needs to be executed. Hot sauce is a pretty strong flavor. No, it's not. It's literally not. Don't you get tired for all your food? Where's the person that voted yes, the asshole? What do they have to say? OP's mother-in-law didn't make a plate of lasagna. She spent 8 hours making a plate of love. The flavor profiles that come from a dish that takes 8 hours to make are deep and rich. They aren't something you can get from a cheap store brand. I'm willing to venture a guess that she didn't use a recipe either, which means she knows this recipe in her head because it's a part of who she is. She put the hours of effort into it because it was her way of communicating her care for OP as her love language. To then take all that hard work and smother it in hot sauce like you would a plan of flavorless store-bought frozen lasagna was thoughtless and disrespectful. Her mother-in-law wasn't even there for the night. If OP had eaten the plate she was served as is and appreciated it for what it was, she would have been there. She would then have been free to drown the rest of the leftover lasagna in hot sauce in the coming days. Seriously, I felt secondhand disrespect through the screen. You just don't do that to someone's food. Go one meal without hot sauce. You can cope, even if you're neurodivergent. Have some decency. Oh my god. I don't use hot sauce a lot. I generally make my food spicy as a base. Yeah, like that's like a good rule of thumb. And like I understand the idea like I understand the idea of like this is the mother-in-law's what the fuck, this is sacrilege. Yes, the asshole hot sauce does not belong on lasagna. You should be taken to the Colosseum and fed to the lions. Hot sauce does not belong. Why, man? Don't call them an asshole because you don't agree with their taste palette. What do you mean? Like, what are we talking about? Like, can we just talk about, like, this is just a bad faith argument, man. Why does everybody have this worm in their brain that's like, as soon as someone makes something and you put something on top of it, that means fundamentally you do not like the thing they made and that you only want to taste the pre-made. That's not what that means. That's not what that means, man. God damn it. I'll come to fight for this woman. Okay, look, I'm not a huge hot sauce guy. I'm not. Thank you, Fallen, for the follow. I appreciate it. But, like, I'm not, like, a huge hot sauce person. But, like, when I make something, if I make mac and cheese, which sounds simple, it takes me, like, 30, 45 minutes to make. It's my lasagna for this mother-in-law. Lily puts barbecue sauce on it. I'm not taking her out back and hitting her fucking executioner style with the axe. No. It's not that serious. I can enjoy the mac and cheese how it is. I don't have to publicly execute someone for it, man. Search cheeseburger on Am I the Asshole? Let's go top of all time when you search for cheeseburger. Okay, relevance all time, I guess. Am I the asshole for refusing to eat a burger because it had sauce on it? All right, here we go. Let's get into it. I, 14 female. Oh, god damn it. Am I the asshole ketchup is your profile name? That's crazy. I, 14 female, hate sauces. Like, I get physically sick when I taste it. On the other hand, my dad, 47 male, loves it. As weird as it sounds, the texture of sauces and the taste of them don't sit right with me. Even if I take sauce off of something, I can't eat a meal if it still tastes like it. You could scrape it off, but it still tastes like it. Counterpoint. Nuh-uh. My dad got me McDonald's for dinner since didn't feel like cooking, and I got a plain cheeseburger, no fries. No fries doesn't seem relevant. Everything on it said plain, so I didn't feel the need to check the burger. When we got home, I discovered the burger had everything on it, including ketchup and mustard. The cardinal sin. The cardinal sin of expecting the minimum wage worker. If my dad gets me McDonald's, I'm not complaining. I'm just shoving it down my mouth. Yeah. If you don't have, like, specific, like, reasons why you can't do that. When we got home, I discovered the burger had everything on it, including ketchup and mustard. Like I was saying, the cardinal sin of the minimum wage worker not doing their job. I tried scraping it off with a knife, but it was just taking all the cheese and stuff off of it, so I didn't want to eat it. Told my dad this, and he was telling me my attitude is disgusting and that I'm horrible. This is divorced dad behavior. He knows that I can't have ketchup or mustard because he knows that I can't have ketchup or mustard, but he told me to suck it up since it wasn't an allergy. So now all I've had to eat is a slice of toast, unbuttered, because his girlfriend used the last bit to bake a stupid cake. And I knew it, by the way. And I'll get food at school tomorrow for lunch since I don't eat breakfast and he doesn't wake up until later on for work. As much as I'd love to cook for myself, I genuinely cannot cook. It's just something I can't do. I managed to burn curry powder in water once and had a microwave pudding explode all over the microwave, so those can probably paint a decent picture. I also was the one who paid for it using money my mom gave me, so it's not as if I'm wasting his money either. I feel like I'm acting incredibly spoiled, but feel bad, but he won't talk to me. 7 p.m. and I'm probably going to try and sleep so I don't feel hungry later. Am I the asshole for refusing to eat a burger? I mean, if this is a classic, like, I buy, you fly situation, if it's genuinely your money, then, like, fucking who cares? Who freaking cares, man? And it's also, it's hard to tell. You're 14, man. It's so hard because, like, you're 14. So it's really easy. It's really easy to say, like, man, you're the asshole because you refuse to learn how to cook. She's 14, brother. A teenager should be able to fend for themselves. I mean, probably at 14, but, like, Everyone sucks here. You have incredibly picky eating habits. I understand it's a sensory thing because I have those and more than a few food rules myself as a result. Lactose intolerant to boot, and so to an extent, you cannot help it. If that's the case, then you also need to learn how to cook and prepare your own food. People cannot accommodate within reason. People can accommodate within reason, but there comes a point where it starts bringing everyone else down. That's not fair. You say I genuinely cannot cook, but that sounds like an excuse, and it will edge dangerously close to the weaponized incompetence territory in the future. This is a good take. Look at the thread. What the fuck? We're just gonna close that thread. Anyone can cook, as they say. You're 14, you can learn. Don't use that as a crutch. If it's a big deal for you, learn to cook your own meals. My sister had a plethora of food issues too, and she learned how to cook her own meals after attempts at reasonable accommodation resulted in everyone else being miserable with the food options. Your dad is the asshole for telling you you're horrible. That's not okay. I'm sure he's frustrated, but you don't speak to your kids like that. I mean, yeah, like, obviously, like, OP needs to learn how to cook food, but, like, don't, like, just saying, like, you're 14, you should know how to cook is, like, a bad reason to call them the asshole. Like, I'm quite neutral on this one because I'm not sure whether the dad even knew. I think it's a safe assumption that the dad knew. It's hard to tell, but I guess that depends, right? Because it's not like, I don't know. Okay, look, here's my hot take. I thought about it. This is my hot take on this one. This isn't about the burger. This is about the child-father relationship. And the burger is just the medium that these emotions are coming out through. I don't think the burger matters at all. I don't think the burger matters at all at the end of the day. I think this is a flawed relationship for some reason. And the burger is merely the medium of which this has happened. Am I the asshole for eating my fast food in the car so my girlfriend can't have the first bite? Okay, here we go. I have been living with my girlfriend for 6 months. We're both in our early 20s and have an overall great relationship. This is fucking perfect for me, man. This is finally like a living situation that I'm familiar with. From well before our relationship began, I've been a big fast food eater. There's an intersection in my city that hosts seven different fast food restaurants, and I'll frequent basically all of them. Since I do shift work, I'm generally off the clock around 11 a.m. and too tired to cook. I'll hit up a burger joint for a cheeseburger and some fries. My girlfriend always wants to have exactly one bite, exclusively the first bite of every item that I order. When I noticed this, I would start by contacting her on my way to the restaurant, asking if she wanted something. Her answer was consistently no. When I got home to dig in, the crinkling of a fast food bag is like Pavlov's bell to her. She'll immediately beeline straight for wherever I'm eating and ask if she can have a bite. I've asked if I could just leave a little at the end. No, she wants the first bite. I've pleaded with her to let me buy her food. No, she doesn't want to eat that much. I've tried ordering a bit more and letting her polish off the whole burger. No, she'll turn every item into a sampler platter and throw away the food I bought for her after the first bite if I don't eat it. I don't like it. I don't like this bizarre culinary version of Jus Premier Noctis for for the past few weeks, I've been eating in my car. Oh, is that Prima Noctra? Am I crazy? Is just Prima Noctis just Prima Noctra? Like when the Emperor gets to fuck your wife? Been eating in my car and discreetly disposing of the wrappers. I was just telling her I wasn't hungry after work, but the other day she found a garbage bag full of fast food wrappers in our bin. She's furious for lying to her. Am I the asshole for not sharing? Look, my rule. One, you have to understand about how I operate in this situation. With Lily, I invented a thing called the boyfriend tax. All right? Boys, listen up. Boyfriend tax, goated. Because I think to act as if the wanting to try your significant other's food is a one-way street is disingenuous, and I think we can be honest about that. I think, dude, if I have to lead this battle, I'm willing to lead it. That's a two-way street. That's a two-way street, man. Wanting to try your significant other's food. I do agree that the girlfriend's greedy. I'll get to that. I invented the boyfriend tax. So if she has food, I just say boyfriend tax and I do this. And I get a little bit. Now, Newton's third law, every action has an equal and opposite reaction. Girlfriend tax is a thing where she says girlfriend tax, he does this, and I have to give her a little bit. That's the sanctity of the relationship there. However, hard line in the sand. Never the first bite. Never can it be the first bite. Because the first sip of a drink, the first bite of a burger are always the best. You don't get to have that with my food. You can have bites 2, 3. I feel like we're choosing like NFL draft picks here. Okay. You can have bites 2, 3, and 4. You're not having bite 1. And if a god bite forms in the middle of the burger, that's mine. I ordered it, man. Anything else? Go hog wild. I don't care. Wonder if she would starve if everything has a small nibble that counts as the first bite. Probably. But do I think that is just do I think you should be hiding it? No, that's bad. That's bad. If it was something small, I don't think it matters that much. Like if you were stopping to like pick up like a 16-ounce Diet Coke on your way home, like that's not that serious. But like going out of your way to hide it is kind of something a little gross. Not the asshole. Stop hiding. Tell her if she wants food, you'll buy it for her. But her having the first bite of anything you eat is over now. If she wants to be mad over it, let her be mad. A few things that come up with the solution to be if she orders food and only takes a single bite and tosses it and she only gets food, pays for it herself from now on. Dude, that's not what they're talking about, man. Okay. Pretty unanimously not the asshole. I want to see. Can I find a yes the asshole? Dude, for what it's worth, it takes 2 to argue is a baller line. Not the asshole, not the asshole, not the asshole, not the asshole. Dude, I have to sort these comments by controversial. Give me a yes the asshole. Okay. Now we're getting people trying to diagnose an eating disorder. It's only been 6 months. I'd leave her? What? It's food, man. Everyone sucks here. She's being super unreasonable, but the proper response to have an adult conversation, not lie about it. Okay. Give me a yes, the asshole. Yes, the asshole. So instead of turning this into a cute game that you could share with your girlfriend, you go the opposite route. Sounds like a great relationship. Shut up. Sorry. What game? What's the game there? Okay, sorting by controversial is a bad idea because it turned into trying to diagnose like mental health problems. I didn't want that. I wanted somebody that was going to vehemently defend that your girlfriend should get the first bite of everything you get because she's the woman of the relationship and she carries the children, and so the least you could do is give her the first bite of your food. That's what I was looking for. I didn't get that. I think we should grab one more from Filtered. These ones were good. Am I the asshole for getting into an argument with my boyfriend because his sister woke me up in the middle of the night and I had to wake up for work at 5 a.m.? Okay. Am I for refusing? This one also feels like karma farming. Would I be the asshole if I only did this thing that my husband explicitly requested that I don't do? Yes. Yes. Definitionally, yes. Am I the asshole house sitting for a friend and she's mad about this? Okay. Baller post. You farmed your not the assholes. All right, have a good night, Fallen. See you later. Am I the asshole for telling my housemate she can't get... No. I'm just looking for a good one. I want a good one to end off with. Am I the asshole for telling my boyfriend my dad was dead? Oh, come on. I mean, we gotta read this one. We'll do this one to end it off, chat. I, 26 female, lost my mother to cancer when I was 8 and have always had an absent father. I only found out who he was when I was 13, and even then he did not want custody of me, forcing me to stay in the foster system until I was 18. Over my whole life, I've had about 5 conversations with him, give or take. He's like a stranger to me. He appears once in a blue moon to ask for money or something along those lines. It doesn't really bother me anymore. I've just learned to accept it now, but I don't like talking about it, so to avoid that conversation with people, I usually just say both my parents are dead. This leads me to a year and a half ago when I just started dating my boyfriend, 25 male. Like usual, I just told him my parents were dead, but the other day my dad shows up at my door. Still don't know how he knows where I live, and asked for $100, except my boyfriend was there and he obviously found out that my dad was not dead. This led to a long conversation with him last night where I explained the whole situation. He said this was a breach of trust between us, since I lied about my dad and that he needed some space to rethink our relationship and he doesn't think he will leave me. I feel so shitty, and that I should have told him earlier. I'm gonna be honest, I just didn't think. Update, my boyfriend texted me 5 minutes ago. We're gonna talk, have full in-depth conversation. Before I get to the update, I would like to clear things up. I have only given money to my dad once when I was still desperate for his love and acceptance, but he did not get any money this time. Despite his confusion, my boyfriend stepped in to defend me, get my dad to leave. It was only after my dad left he asked me about it. Now on to the update. My boyfriend told me that all the sudden information, along with the knowledge I hadn't told him the truth, was very overwhelming and he just needed some space to not say the wrong thing. He also said that he got why I lied initially and he wasn't mad that I lied, more hurt that I felt like I couldn't tell him about it. He also mentioned that he couldn't be there for me if he didn't know what was going on. The conversation ended in tears and is the most vulnerable I have ever been in front of someone. He's very understanding. We have decided to draw a line in the sand and start again, if that makes sense. I've also looked into therapy for my childhood trauma, and all in all, I'm using this as an opportunity to better myself and heal fully. Yeah, I think this is just a not the asshole. That... Right? This is like clearly like it is easier to just say that. Especially if you had just started dating. It'd be different if you guys were like 5 years deep finding this out. But like just starting the relationship, it's definitely just like a it's definitely just like it's easier, like, because you don't know where the relationship's gonna go, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Very gentle, yes, the asshole. I understand where you're coming from and why you chose what you did, but honestly, a better answer to that question would be I don't have a father, especially if you plan on having a real relationship with the person. Making small talk with a random person like a work acquaintance or a friend's friend, your answer might be fine. Shouldn't be involved enough to press and likely won't come up again. But for a partner, this topic is likely going to come up again, especially when you've been together over a year. My dad is dead and I don't have a dad are very different. The trauma associated with each is different. The way you think and feel about that person is different. Trust is a major factor in a relationship, and this isn't about him wondering if he can trust you. Your boyfriend is probably wondering why you didn't trust him. If after a year and a half you never opened up, you misread the situation. Year and a half you never opened up about such a major part of your childhood, that it never came up, or that if it did you kept on lying. He's likely questioning why. Are there other things you don't trust him with? What is he doing wrong? And if there's nothing wrong, does he want to stay with a person he knows might not be open up to him? I'm not saying this is definitely a deal break worthy thing, or that there's absolutely no chance he won't understand you after some space and reflection, but I do think that maybe you should ask yourself why you didn't trust him. Did I misread? Yeah, no, this is a year and a half after they started dating. Oh, but the other day my dad showed up at my door. Okay, year and a half in. Probably could have brought it up sooner if it comes up. I don't think, okay, with the additional context that they had been dating for a year and a half at the time, I think if it had come up, again, you bring it up, but you don't bring that up out of the blue. Is what I think. But I think this is still not the asshole. I think a year and a half ago, like you're starting a new relationship, you already tell everybody that your dad's dead. Like, Because who knows? Maybe this was a guy that you just like go on like a date with. Then you don't have to spend the whole first date unpacking all the trauma. You can just say he's dead. And then if it comes up again, then it's like, oh, actually, like it's actually just easier, blah, 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 blah. And if the boyfriend is a level-headed person, which it seems like he is, he goes, oh, that makes sense. Personally. That's my low-tier analysis of the situation. Personally. As it's just like, fucking whatever, man. It's not like... It's not like the dad is going to be a constant factor that you have to deal with. It's just like clearing up a misconception. That's whatever. But chat, that was r/am I the asshole. We had some banger stories today, I'm not going to lie. The lasagna one was solid. For sure, for sure. Dude, the fucking boyfriend one with the passport, that one got me riled up, man. Like, I understand that weaponized incompetence is a thing, but it's also like you can't get mad at someone for being confused on how to operate within a system that is built to be confusing. They're using the system in the way it's designed to be. Don't get mad at them for that. Get mad at the system. That's my fucking burn the government down leftist take. Am I the asshole for getting mad at my boyfriend because he walked into the ball chopping machine and got his balls chopped? Like, no, you can't get mad at him for that. So you would be the asshole. He used the system in the way it's designed. He used the machine in the way that it's designed to be used by normal people. Not on him. It's not his fault. That's all I'm saying. I want to try maybe doing something with RimWorld soon, but we're playing through Pokemon right now, so I think tomorrow, chat, I'm gonna do Pokemon. It's got to be a Pokemon stream. I'm working on the hardcore raft video right now. I'm hoping to get that one out on Friday for Valentine's Day. But maybe not. Ugh. We'll see though. I only have like an hour left of a rough cut, so it's not even like it's actually not that bad. But chat, we are pretty much approaching that time, so I'm just gonna say it now. Exclamation point VODs. Follow the VODs channel if you're not already. It's mostly just old Revels VODs going out right now, like 2022 Revels VODs. But they're releasing like just literally daily. I think I messed up and didn't publish one today, so I can actually do that real quick. But so if you want to see, I still have to make the thumbnail though, I guess is the difference. Like old Revels content right now is pretty much what's going up. Eventually, like soon we're gonna get into the daily uploads run when I was uploading daily to YouTube. But I mean, it's still VODs going back 2.5 years. So I want to get to a point with the VODs channel where I'm putting them up almost in bulk, just to like get to like a modern like stage a little sooner. Because going one a day in like 2 months will be in 2023, like the beginning of 2023, and then it's and then I still have 2 years to get to like today. So it's a lot, man. We've definitely done a lot of streaming over these past couple of years. But chat, that is all to say that it is about that time of the night. Chat, thank you guys so much for stopping by. I do appreciate it. I hope you guys had a good time. Tomorrow is Pokemon White 2 Hardcore Nuzlocke. So it's going to be just another extended yap sesh while I try and get past Elisa. But chat, I will see you guys tomorrow. Good night, chat. Goodbye. Goodbye. See you later. Goodbye. Peace out. I'm going to go watch Philip DeFranco now. Bye, chat.